Good morning and welcome to Member Focus Monday. I'm Christina Schaefer, Director of Social Media for HAR, and I am joined today by a familiar face to this program, Claudia Hernandez. She is HAR's Director of Video Services. Welcome back, Claudia.
Hi, thanks for having me, Christina.
Absolutely. The last time you were on this program, you looked a little different. If people go back and try to find you, they might not be able to, because that was right around Halloween. So it's been some time. We thought it was a good time to have you back on the program, and we're so happy that you had time to join us today. I know you have a lot to share. Everything from script writing recommendations, types of videos that work best for realtors, and even maybe how AI could help in all this. So we have a lot to discuss today. As you're watching today, if you have questions for Claudia, please type those into the comments and we will get to as many as we possibly can. But before we get into some of those questions, Claudia, if you could tell us just a little bit about yourself for those that might not have heard from you before.
Sure. Well, first of all, I love Halloween. So if you ever see me on Halloween, I'm going to be dressed like I was that day. I'm the Director of Video Services at HAR, and I started as an intern with HAR about 13 years ago. Back then, we had one studio. We now have four. For those of you who don't know, we have a studio at each of our branch locations. We'll be talking about that more later on in the program. But definitely reach out to us if you're interested in that. And I provide video services for our members and for our association. So video content across our platforms and our website was most likely produced by me or my team. So anything you see and definitely share, give us some feedback, and let us know what else you want to see.
Absolutely. And with that experience that you've had at HAR, I'm sure you've seen it all. And so that's why we look to you for the best recommendations when it comes to video. Let's get right into it because one of the things that we were marketing in promoting this video today was just short form video versus long form video. What's the difference? What performs better? So we have a lot of questions about that. But if you could just kind of give us maybe a little bit of a definition or help us understand. We hear short form video, we hear long form video. What's the difference?
Right. So I would say that different platforms have a different description on what that means. From what I find is different platforms like, TikTok, 10 minutes is technically anything under 10 minutes, technically a long form video. A short form video on YouTube as well. So I think generically across all platforms, we can all agree that short form video is vertical video that is easily digestible, easily viewed on your phone. And regardless of length and time, that's kind of the overall definition on every platform that's what short form video is, and long form video is more explainer in a horizontal mode type of format.
Okay, so like right now, this is long form video, but
Correct.
the clip that we do that we post to Reels and TikTok, those are short form, right?
Yes. Correct.
All
Yes.
right.
So, there's definitely a difference on each platform, but there's a benefit to both.
Okay. So what platforms, because we get this question a lot, what social media platforms should we focus on? So what platforms do you recommend realtors post their short form or their long form videos on?
So I get this question too, and I always let people know to start with the platform where they have the most friends or followers or the biggest sphere of influence. If you have 2,000 friends on Facebook, but only 30 followers on TikTok, and you should probably start on Facebook, then repurpose that content and put it on TikTok or Instagram or wherever else. Just because you post something on one platform doesn't mean you can't reuse it on another one in a different format or pieces of it. But you should start where you're most comfortable, where you have the most people. And that way you get most feedback and the most engagement. And you can see what works as well with a bigger audience and say, oh, that didn't really land on my Facebook page, so maybe I shouldn't replicate it over here. But definitely start where you're comfortable, where you have the most views, and then grow from there. Don't stay on one platform, go to all of them, but start where you have the most.
Okay. Is there a benefit to long form video versus short form video or vice versa?
So the benefit of short form is that it's most likely viewed on your phone. and we take our phones everywhere. We take our phones into the bathroom. So people are watching these videos everywhere they are, and you're more likely to reach an audience through short form video. You can always lead them to the long form video that you created that from, or other
Mm-hmm.
long form videos that you have. But short form is quick, it's easily digestible. You can read it, you can hear it, you can see it just so much faster on the go. And
Mm-hmm.
where people are looking at videos, I'm in the waiting room, I'm in line somewhere, and that's where I'm looking at short form videos. So you
Mm-hmm.
can capture that audience that just is watching these videos passively, but they'll see your face and remember to go back to you or subscribe to your channel. Long form video would be described more as explainer, tutorial, how to, an interview. And that could be placed on another platform, or you can link it from your short form videos. Like, to see the rest of this video or to see the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the interview, go to so and so. So there's a benefit to both. They both have their own, plus pros and cons, but definitely use both. And we'll kind of answer some questions about how to use both as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Okay. With that in mind, you were talking about people, maybe in the waiting room or watching a video. Do you recommend captions on different types of video, and should they be on every video, or what do you think about captions?
I do recommend captions, especially on the shorter form videos, because those are the ones they're watching around other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're sitting down watching an interview, you're most likely sitting down somewhere where you want to listen to what they say. You're not just going to read a bunch of captions.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're watching a 15-second, 30-second video, you should probably add some captions, because I'm watching it in line, at the grocery store or something, and maybe I don't want everybody to hear what I'm watching. So definitely captions on those short forms. Captions on the longer forms might take longer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can and you want to take the time to make sure they're correct, on YouTube they automate captions.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, they automate captions, so you can use all those tools to put the captions on there as well.
Excellent. So you mentioned repurposing your video, or maybe snippets of a video. Is that okay to do? Because I think sometimes people worry, oh, I'm going to just drown them with this video. And, maybe they saw it on Facebook and now they're seeing it on TikTok or whatever the case is. So is it okay to repurpose video like that?
Not only is it okay, but that's what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you spent all this time on this one, 20-minute video, get some use out of it, reuse it several different ways. For example, what we're doing now, I know you
Mm-hmm.
repurposed this into a podcast. We put it on our YouTube channel. It's on our Facebook page. It goes on Instagram as a short form video. So you should always repurpose all these videos, and put them everywhere. Like I said, start with where you have the biggest sphere of influence, like we do on Facebook, and then reuse it on the other platforms as well. And there are ways to do that and make it simpler. And I'll chat about some AI tools that can help you do that, where you don't feel like, gosh, well, now I got to work extra hard to make this into a ton of different formats to
Mm-hmm.
share. Well, there's ways to make it easier as well.
Great. Yeah, making it easier is great, because their job is to be a realtor, not just a full-time marketer, right?
Correct. Yeah, and
So,
that's what I get the most is like, well, I don't have time for this stuff. But
mhm.
if you do the research and you're willing to learn and take the time to kind of learn how to do these quickly, you will save time in the future.
Very good. Do you recommend that realtors be visible in their videos, or is voiceover sufficient?
I know people are not going to like this answer, but as realtors, you should be on camera. Yes, you can do some voiceovers. Yes, you can do some photos and other things where you're doing a home tour and it's not you on camera at all, but you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself and your services. Your face is on your business card. Your face is on your website. Your face should be in these videos. What do you say in your class? You look the way you look. You sound the way you sound.
Yeah.
Like, this is who you are. So just show yourself in these videos. It'll take a little while to get comfortable. You're not going to be a star right away. But you won't get anywhere if you don't start with just a few steps, a little bit of practice. But yes, show your face in these videos.
Hmm.
I promise that once you do more than one and you keep going, you're by video 30, you're not going to care what you look like anymore. You're just going to finish. So just get started, and yes, put your face in there. Maybe start with just voiceover, but at some point you should be on camera.
Okay, so with that in mind, what are some of the best ways that you recommend realtors get comfortable in front of the camera?
Right. So I mention in my class a lot of different tactics that you can use to get comfortable. And obviously, practice is one of them. You should always practice what you're going to say before you record. Record yourself giving your own fake home tour. Use your home as an example. Like walk around your home and give descriptions of how you would do a home tour for a home that you're listing. Use your just anything you're doing around your house, basically to get the basic um, you know get accustomed to looking at the camera lens, because people have a hard time doing that and talking into a camera and talking to a phone, and you feel silly just talking. You feel like you're talking to yourself, but once you get used to it and practice, it becomes the norm for you. I tell people to send friends sample videos on their phones, like as if I'm giving you a client information about interest rates, or a how to, or what you should do to file your homestead exemption. Record a quick video and send it to your loved ones and ask them to give you feedback. That way it's private and no one can see it except for your loved ones. Once you start getting more comfortable doing that, then you can send private messages to clients or prospective clients. You can put them in the DMs, you can send them through private messaging on Facebook or text messages, and that way it's not public. No one is seeing it yet. But now you're starting to get used to getting in front of the camera and seeing yourself on camera. And then you can start to move on to videos like going live on Facebook. I've heard that some people like to do that instead of a fully edited video, because they're like, it's live. I have no other choice but to post it. It's there. I can't edit it. You pull the band-aid off. So all these little steps that you can do to start practicing to give yourself courage to go on these platforms and just feel comfortable to start churning these out on a regular basis.
Excellent. I just wanted to share a comment that came in from Britt. She said, it helps me by collaborating with the other ladies in my office. We all struggle, and it's nice to see that it's not just me.
Yeah, exactly. Your colleagues, send it to each other. Like, oh, and you get ideas from each other. Someone asked me this question. I should create a video about this. So definitely don't keep yourself in this little bubble, but share the experience with somebody else, and you'll get so much help from it.
Very good. So live video like we're doing now, this obviously isn't scripted, but do you recommend that realtors script their videos? They might worry about what to say or saying the wrong thing. So do you recommend that all marketing videos be scripted, or what's your recommendation there?
I don't necessarily think they should all be scripted, but you should definitely be prepared. Don't just go on here and just, like for this today, I know video, I know what I'm talking about, but I still set up some talking points so that I knew I didn't miss anything. And I didn't forget to mention something that I think might be important. So definitely get either talking points or a script ready. If you're using your phone, there's definitely tools that you can use, like a teleprompter app or something, to help you remember certain things you're going to say. Practice obviously before. If you don't want to have a script, then definitely practice what you're going to say beforehand. In my class, I show an example of how you don't have to create a video perfectly 30 seconds where you don't get anything wrong and you get the whole thing perfectly all the way from beginning to end. You can cut it up in pieces and squish it all together, and it's okay. There might be some jumps in there, but that's normal. We're human. We're going to make mistakes. And also, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's okay if you say or yeah, some pause. Like we're all human, and that's how we speak. We're not perfect. We're not robots. So it's okay to practice, get it wrong, make some mistakes. But once you do it more than a few times, you'll get used to it. So scripts are good, not necessary, but definitely be prepared. Don't just wing it. Have some thoughts put in place.
Excellent. Yes. So when planning out those scripts, though, what do you recommend? Are there things that you should say, and are there things that you should not say?
I definitely think it depends on where the video is going and who the audience is going to be. So let's say I've started doing videos on my Instagram and I'm making all these reels. You don't need to introduce yourself after a certain point, because these are on your platform with your name on them, and people can tap on your profile and they know it's you, and they can see your bio and things like that. If you're going to create an introduction video, sure, say your name. What's funny is I've had so many people in the studio to do videos that are other than introduction videos, and for some reason they can't get started until they introduce themselves. And I'm like, no, just start with, today we're going to talk about, or we bring you this announcement, yada, yada. And they're like, I have to say my name because they're just so used to doing that, which is fine. You'll
Mhm.
break that habit eventually, but unless it's hi, my name is so and so, this is my website, it's not necessary to say your name.
Mhm.
There's definitely also a ton of tools you can use to create these scripts. A lot of people are starting to use Chat GPT. I use it as an example in my class on how to create scripts for videos. One of the perfect examples was we were talking about a neighborhood, and I said, well, let's write a script for this neighborhood. And it came up with all these great facts about this neighborhood and these beautiful words, about how magical the neighborhood is and how the sunset, and it sounded great. It didn't sound like me, but I could go in and use that as a base
Mhm.
and make some edits and make it sound more like me. But it's really helpful to just get it started, which is
Mhm.
where people, get stuck and they're like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to
Mhm.
say. Well, just use one of these tools to help you get started, and then you can edit them to make them sound like your own and give them your own flair.
Okay. So speaking of getting started, and we're talking about people knowing what they're supposed to talk about or not supposed to talk about, when we're preparing for videos, to create videos, what do you recommend as far as types of videos realtors should be creating? Do some types of videos perform better than others for realtors?
I think that for sure, if you haven't made any videos at all, just start making videos. The topic shouldn't matter. Just start making something. Start with introducing yourself. Start with home tours. Start with listings. Start with videos about your neighborhood. A lot of the really popular videos are these beautiful dream homes. These like, look what you can get in Texas for $500,000 that you get a shack in California for. So that's like those are the ones that get seen, on TikTok and that get a ton of views. The dream homes, the before and afters. If you're working on like rentals and you're redoing a home and it's a lot of DIY, those cleaning up, a home, getting it ready, getting it staged, those types of before and afters. Tutorials. People love watching tutorials because they want to learn. I have a playlist of tutorials for different video production tools for realtors, and some of those tutorial videos have 47,000 views because people are like, wow, this is great. I want to learn something. So, different types of videos like educational videos, before and afters, day in the life, show your value, show clients what you're doing today. What you did from the beginning of the day to the end of the day and how your day went that whole day, and just show the type of value that you bring to your agents. People love to see day in the life. I love to see what other people's jobs are like, because I know what mine is like, but I'm curious what theirs is. People love real estate, so they'll love to watch videos to see what your day consists of.
Yeah.
So regardless of which type of video you're creating, definitely if someone has asked you the question, like we've said before, you should make a video about it. How do I file my homestead exemption? What do I need to know about FHA loans, about VA loans? What are closing costs? Those types of videos, make them. Even if you've seen somebody do it before, redo it, but in your own way. So definitely reusing content is acceptable as well.
Very good. Thank you so much for explaining those. Going back to those day in the life videos, some of the ones I actually myself personally like best are the ones where the day kind of totally went wrong. So
Yeah.
I think we try to make everything so glossy and pretty, but I think it's good to show the behind the scenes, the good, the bad, and everything in between.
Yeah, they want to see that. We want to know that somebody else is struggling just like us, so it's okay to show that when you have a bad day. And maybe you'll have a good day, and show that as well. But I think those are really entertaining.
Very good. So let's talk about original content versus sharing other people's content. Is there a benefit to over the other? What's your recommendation there? Or should we be doing both?
You should definitely be doing both. I would care to argue that all content is not original content. So when we're looking at trending video, somebody or a trend that's going on social media, there are millions of people that redo that trend, but they do it in their own way, and they still get the views because that's what's trending on that social media platform. So original content is great, but don't be afraid to replicate what someone has already done. You could also share other people's content. we tell people to share our content all the time. Share HAR's content that you see on our social media platforms, on our YouTube channel, anywhere. Just share it, even if it's informational. You could start with sharing, and then eventually you can work your way into creating your own video about that post. And now that becomes original content with you in it. So it's important to do both. You can start, like I said, with sharing, get comfortable, start making original. Once you get started, you'll start to think of ideas as well. And it'll get the wheels turning to create original content of ideas you may have.
Okay, great. So part of your role is helping agents in the studio. You mentioned at the beginning of this session. Obviously, based on everything you've talked about, video is a must. Our members have no choice but to get on video. So tell us about how you help members in the studio.
Sure. So part of our job at HRTV is to provide services for the association and our members. Like I mentioned before, we now have 4 studios. We have one at each of our branch locations, and we provide initially what we started with was what we call agent videos, which are like promo videos where you promote yourself. You would come in and say, "Hi, my name is Christina Schaefer. I'm here to let you know that I can help you find your dream home, sell your home fast, get you top price, top dollar for your home." So you're advertising yourself. That's how it started. It has now, branched out to be more video where agents come in and do their videos about everything. So they have all these ideas, they get all these questions from their clients, and they're like, "You know what? I want to create a video about this so that I can send this out when I get asked this question." So we provide videos regarding anything that has to do with real estate. Does not have to just be you or your services. It could be about mortgage. It could be about staging. It could be about listing, selling, buying, design, anything you can think of that has been asked to you before. You can come in and do those videos with us. What's so great is, yes, I would love for everybody to learn how to do video on their own and on their phones, but sometimes you just don't have the time. And you think, "You know what, it'd be so much easier if someone else can do it." And we have agents that come in and do 5, 10 videos at a time. They get them done within an hour or two, and we take care of the rest. You don't have to think about the graphics or the pictures or the music or the editing. We can take care of that for you. So if you're just not ready to do all the other stuff, we can help you out with the rest.
I would think, if nothing else, just making that appointment in the studio, it holds you to it. It commits you to it.
Like paying for the gym, you're going to go if you pay for it, right?
Right. Or, hey, I need a new headshot. Once I make that appointment to get my headshot done, I will prepare to do it. Very good.
Everybody needs a new headshot.
We all need a new headshot. So we do have a few questions that have come in that I want to address. And if you have questions for Claudia, please type those in, and we'll get to as many as we can. Before I actually ask the questions, though, I do have a comment that I want to read from Stacy, and I think we have an example of hers to show in just a bit, too. She said, "Christian and Claudia are amazing at HRTV. They're great at getting you set up, making you comfortable, and you can redo. Don't be afraid of stumbling and making mistakes." I love that.
Yes, absolutely. We do not want people to leave the studio unhappy. We have you watch the video, watch yourself over and over again. Because if you look good, we look good. So if you love your video, you're going to promote us like Stacy has. So we want you to be comfortable. We want you to not feel like we're rushing you, which is why even if it's just for one video, you can take an hour. Sometimes it takes that long for some people. But that's okay. You're not pros. And we just want to make this as easy as possible for you.
Excellent. Another comment that came in, Kristen said, "What, a video studio in Fort Bend? Wow, I need to do this."
Yes, the one in Fort Bend is actually the biggest. So it's actually a little bit bigger than the central studio. And I had the Fort Bend Pals there the other day, and there were 3 of them. So they were able to kind of spread out and not feel so scrunched together. But it's great. I think I go to Montgomery County more often than not. But it's a great service that I hear a lot of agents said, "I want to do a video, but I don't want to come down to Central." Well, now you don't have to. You have no excuse now.
No excuse. Very good. And thank you to Kristen for that comment. Jim has a question for you. Are the video services part of our HAR membership, or is this a separate cost?
So it is a separate cost. Our base price is $99 plus tax for a video. We do offer discounts when you do multiple videos. Right now, we're starting this pilot program where we're doing these, turning your videos into reels so that you can use them on social media platforms as well. So definitely email us, give us a call if you have questions about how many videos you want to do. But for the cost and what you have to do, really just come in and record and we take care of the rest. We think it's a great value.
Okay, very good. Um, Another quick question here. Raquel said, "What's the address of the Houston office?" Can you go ahead and tell our members where is the central office if they're
The
not
central
familiar?
office, 3693 Southwest Freeway. I know that address by heart. We're right across the freeway from Lakewood Church, so you can't miss us. And then, of course, you can look on our website for the address of the other branch locations.
Excellent. So Rosie had a question. Oh, sorry, one more quick question that just came in from Marissa Bell. I hope I said that right. Can videos be in Spanish too? This is such a great question.
Absolutely. And if you speak multiple languages and you have clients that reach out to you specifically because you speak those languages, I highly recommend doing them in that language. We've done videos in French, Mandarin, Korean, Spanish, Portuguese, and we just put it up on the teleprompter, so you're just reading it off. I don't really know what you're saying in some of these languages, but I assume that you're giving real estate information. But yes, please come in and do multiple videos in multiple languages if that is your audience.
Okay, excellent. A couple more quick questions that are coming in from Jess. Can we do multiple videos in one spot? So I guess in one appointment.
Yes, correct. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to come in and get them all out of the way. Stacy was a great example, and you'll show a screenshot of this. She did 5 videos, and she brought different outfits that day, and she wrote out her scripts. It took her probably a couple weeks to get them ready, but she came in when she was ready with her different outfits, her different topics, and she was ready to go. So we definitely want you to do them all in that same setting. You have them all, we're edited and done, and then you distribute them as you see fit. So we give you the video file, and you feel free to share those on other platforms over time. Maybe you don't share them all at once. Maybe you do it every couple months. So that, yes, do them all in one appointment.
Okay, thank you. So Rosie had a question that I was planning to ask you too. You have a class on video. You've mentioned a class a couple times. So tell us about how realtors can learn more about video marketing.
Yeah, so my next Braving the Video Marketing World class is on August 30th. And I go over, there's a part of the class where I go over the importance of video, but a large part of the class is where I talk about content. And I talk about the types of videos that you can create. I show you examples, and then I show you tools that you can use to make things easier for you. And then I show you some editing at the end of the class on how you can do it on your own if you want to. Obviously, we promote our services, but some people may just want to get started using their phone, and that's what the class is for people that just want to get started somehow. So again, what people I think find the most valuable in that class is topic of content, what to create, what to talk about, and editing the videos.
Okay, very
August
good.
30th.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said August 30th, just in case.
August 30th is the next one, and we can share a link to that class in the comments as well, so our members can find it a little bit easier. But it's har.com/education is where you can see all of our course calendar. So you also oversee HAR's YouTube channel. Tell us what types of videos can members find there, and how can they get notified when you post new videos?
Yeah, so definitely go subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you can, click the notification bell to get notified when we upload a new video. We usually upload one daily, just about, and you will find weekly market updates, monthly market updates. You'll see a variety of videos regarding event recaps, tutorials that I created to help agents with video production at home. There's webinars that we've had in the past. So videos that were a webinar we repurposed to put on our website. You can see tours of our branch locations if you haven't been to the newer ones, since some of them have moved. You can see Q&As about global interviews that are really great to get information about a part of real estate that you may not be familiar with. There's realtor safety tips. There's a ton of stuff on there. Feel free to go watch it and share it and use it in your content that you're going to share.
Very good. And hit that subscribe button too, right?
Yes. Right, exactly. And that's how if you hit the bell, you'll get notified. You get a little every time that we upload a video.
Okay, excellent. Well, we have a ton of stuff coming in, Claudia, so I hope you're ready to answer some questions. So let's see here. We have, first, Bridget just made a comment. I'm all in. Thank you.
Yay, Bridget. I'm going to find you. I'm going to call you.
Yeah, she'll look you up, Bridget. Okay, so Jesse, you kind of answered a little bit about making your own videos, but Jesse said, is there an app that you recommend for making your own videos?
There's several apps, obviously, especially now with AI, there's tons of apps that people can use to create videos. If you go to our YouTube channel, we have a video production for realtors playlist. There's about 30 videos in there. There are about 4 videos where I show step-by-step editing for these editing apps. So one of the most popular ones is how to edit a video with InShot from start to finish. 47,000 views. It's still very relevant. I think InShot is a great app for editing on your phone. You can use it on Android. You can use it on iPhones. I think it's fairly cheap, like $30 for the lifetime app subscription. It has a ton of stuff, shows you how to edit for any platform, makes it really easy. That's the one I recommend. There's a ton out there, and you can definitely look on that playlist to see if there's one that you like the best. But that's my top choice.
Okay, excellent. Couple more questions. Bridget, by the way, followed up and said, please do. So do follow up with Bridget. But Bridget had another question. What is the best color to wear in video?
Well, if you saw the picture of the studios, definitely don't wear anything green because the way that our software works is that we take out anything green from the video to add in any background that you might want to use. Bright colors are great. When I send you information about videos, I always tell people to wear bright colors like blue and red, purple. Those are all colors that pop. I'm not going to keep you from wearing whatever you want to wear. If you want to wear all black, that's fine. If you want to wear all white, that's fine. But the bright colors are what really pop on camera.
Probably just something you feel comfortable in too, I would imagine, right?
Yeah. If you don't show listings in a suit and tie, then I wouldn't recommend coming in a suit and tie. Just be yourself. I tell the story of the guy that his name is the Kilted Realtor. He came in and shot a video in his kilt, and that's how he showed listings. So to him, that's how his clients would recognize him, because that's what he wore. So there's people who come in just a polo with their broker logo and cowboy boots, because that's what they're comfortable in. So definitely comfortably, but try to wear some bright colors to stand out a little more.
Very good. Okay, couple questions about your class. First of all, is it in person or is it virtual?
It's virtual.
Andrew's asking.
Yes, it is a virtual class, and it's through Zoom. It's a 3-hour class. We take a couple breaks, but like I said, I do cover a lot of topics regarding video production. So for now, it is a virtual class.
Okay. And are those classes recorded? Lana's saying she's not available that date. Are there other dates, and do you record the classes?
I believe right now we have it on the schedule every month. So you can catch the next one whenever it is on the har.com/edu schedule.
Okay, very good. And I think somebody can help Jim out here. He's just asking, he wants to see a link to see Stacy's videos to kind of see some examples. Yeah, but we have an example too. Do you want to play that example now?
Yes. So what we did with Stacy is she came in, you showed a screenshot of she did 5 videos. And again, those were great examples of different topics that she talked about. One of her videos was what your seller should be doing to get your home ready to sell. Her original video that my teammate Christian Delgado edited for her was about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So we brought that down to about a minute to make it more friendly for short form video.
Okay, let's take a look.
Here are 5 things your realtor can and should be doing to market your home. Number 1 is professional photos. This is a non-negotiable. Photos are the thing that people use to decide if they want to come and see your home. Number 2, 3D tour. There are a lot of reasons to do 3D tours. Texas is the #1 state that people are moving into, and many people are buying homes sight unseen. Number 3, social media. First, we list the home on HAR, but it's also important to not only post it on social media, but to run paid advertising so more people see your home. Number 4, an open house. If you're up for it, I would highly recommend an open house almost immediately after your home is listed. Number 5, last but not least, video. Video is so powerful. So having some video marketing of your property, whether it's drone video or simply walking through the house, is enticing. Video is so powerful, it should probably be number 1. I would love to come by and talk with you as well. I'm a call or a text away, or click the button below so we can connect.
That was excellent. And Stacy said it herself, video is number 1.
Yeah, did everybody hear that? Video is so important. But I just want to preface to show how much we can do for you. There were graphics, there were photos, there was music, there was titling. And that was, it gave so much information in just a minute. And yeah, you'll stop and watch it because you're like, oh, what should my seller be doing to sell my home? So I think she did great. She's awesome on camera anyway, but she's awesome. And she came in, like I said, to do those 5 videos, and she'll use them. She'll repurpose those for a while because they're topics that will always be top of mind.
Excellent. And several people are telling Stacy, great job. Stacy said she was so happy with how all of her videos came together. So excellent recommendation there from Stacy. We had a question that came in. You mentioned ChatGPT earlier. It says, what can she tell us about ChatGPT? So if you don't mind recapping, just how could that benefit realtors as far as video marketing is concerned?
Yeah, and ChatGPT it's a really helpful tool. I've seen it used a lot for a ton of different things, but for video specifically, I like to use it for scripts. Get the wording out there correctly, and then you take it and add your own content. I've also seen it's called, I believe it's called YouTube Research or something through ChatGPT. So it's taking parts of a longer video on YouTube and getting bits and pieces of the information that's the most important. So you don't have to sit there and watch a whole 20-minute video. Let's say you want to learn about Katy, Texas, and you find this 30-minute walking tour of Katy, Texas, and you can use tools like ChatGPT to take the most important parts. It's a Chrome extension for the video one, so that's separate from the app, but that's how you can use it. All these AI tools they're going to be a base, and you're going to want to, eventually they will get, they'll have more features, but for now, I would use them as a baseline. Get it to get your script ready, what you want to say, descriptions, captions. A lot of people use them for captions as well, on a video, description of a video, and then just add in your own stuff, make it sound more like you, but at least you'll not be afraid to get started.
Okay, very good. I was actually, just to mention this because you said to use it as a base, and that is so important because I think people might grab that tool and just go with it. One thing that was mentioned at an NAR conference that I attended last week was that, these AI different platforms, they're so beneficial, but one thing that they don't take into consideration is fair housing, which we know is a must for our members. So if you're having ChatGPT or any service write a script, make sure that there's nothing in there that's violating fair housing. So definitely, as Claudia said, use it as a base.
Yes, and add your own flair to it. It's not going to sound like you, so you want to make it sound like you, and something that you would actually say.
Okay, excellent. Couple more questions and comments that came in. Linda said, do the videos break the bank? So can you tell us again about the pricing? And then somebody also asked, is the pricing per video or is it per time? How does that work?
Right, so the pricing is per video. Like I said, we do offer discounts when you do multiple videos. Let's say it takes you 10 minutes in the studio, but we have to take into account the time that it takes us to edit the video as well. So that's all included in the pricing. In the pricing is your time in the studio, the use of the studio, which has professional lighting, a teleprompter so you don't have to memorize your script, professional audio. It includes the editing after the fact, which includes adding a background, your logo, your contact information, adding some additional stock images like you saw in Stacy's video, stuff that she didn't have to pay for or buy separately. That's stuff that we own that we can use in our videos, music that we own that we can use in our videos. We then upload it to har.com for you, and then give you the video file so you can use it on any other platform later on. So all of that is included. I wouldn't say that's break the bank type of especially when you think about how much you'll use these videos. That topic, like I said earlier, she'll reuse it. She can use that a year from now, and it'll still be, relevant. So it's not something you're going to use one and done. You can reuse this content. So don't think of it as just one video. Think of it as something you're going to use for a while.
Excellent. Definitely get that return on your investment. Linda also just asked, where do we follow you again? So can you mention the YouTube channel again?
Yes, so the YouTube channel, it's you can find it at hr.com/HRTV, or go to YouTube and search HARTV as well. I think I have Christian putting in a link there in the chat. Go subscribe, and you can look through all the playlists there as well. If anybody has any questions about the YouTube channel or any of our services, they can also reach out to us. Our email is video@hr.com, and that goes to myself and Christian, and we can both answer your questions.
Very good. All right. Just double checking. Just a couple thank yous that came in. Tiffany just said thank you. These are wonderful services. Val said thank you as always, Claudia and Christina. See you in Fort Bend, Claudia. She said yikes, but I will push myself to do this.
Yes, I promise it will be painless. I get people that, come in and say, I was dreading this all night, and then they come in and get it done, and they're like, that wasn't so bad. So it's just pull the Band-Aid off.
Very good. Another question. Sorry, Jess just asked, how much time is it per appointment? So when you book your time in the studio, how long do you get?
So it depends on how many videos. We as a baseline, we allot an hour for your one video, and it also depends on how long it's going to be. So if you come in and you have a bunch of 30-second videos with short scripts, then we allot the time for you. You don't have to worry about that. We just need to know how many videos you're going to be doing and how long each one of them is. And then we take care of blocking out that time in the studio for you.
All right, very good. And they are loving the pricing. Jim said that's a bargain. Bridget said, wow, $99, that's awesome. So all of the locations, we had a comment came in from Charlene. I think that she might be maybe a member out of state, but she said, do you have a New York location? So they're all in the Houston area, right?
Right. Fort Bend, Montgomery County, Bay Area, and Central is in the Houston area. So I'm sorry, maybe you can do it next time you're here in Houston.
I think you need to keep expanding, Claudia.
Right. And let me make note that this is a service for HAR members and affiliates. So this isn't an open service to, random Joe on the street trying to promote his cement company. It's just for realtors, and which is why the pricing is so low, because it's a service that's limited for our members.
Okay, very good. And Charlene said so sad, so we apologize for that. Well, Claudia, our members are just they're so excited. Jessica just said so informative. They're loving the information that you've shared. But do you have any additional things that you want to share with our members today that we didn't get to yet?
Yeah, well, first of all, just if you're afraid, just do it. Take this sign, take this as a sign to go ahead and book your appointment, or start doing your videos on your phone to get comfortable in front of the camera. So definitely just get started. There's a ton of tools out there that AI tools that can help you out. Don't let that overwhelm you. Definitely research and look into them. There's a ton of different apps that I can send you links to, tutorials on these different tools that can help you out. So just email us. I don't want to take up everybody's time, but there's stuff that can do the captions for you, like the cool captions that you see on social media. There's ones that take your long form videos and cut them up for you and create shorter videos. So there's a ton of ways to make this as easy as possible. The first way is to book your appointment with us. And then, if you're ready to do it on your own, then you can use a lot of these other tools.
Excellent. Well, thank you again, Claudia. Carolyn just said, thanks for this excellent benefit from HAR. That's why HAR is the best. So again, thank you for all you do for our members. Claudia mentioned her email and Christian's email. It's just video@har.com. We can, of course, put that in the comments as well. Reach out to them. Christian also just posted in the comments a direct link where you can go schedule your appointment now. So go ahead and do that. Well, thank you again, Claudia, for your time today. And thank you to our members for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We will be back next Monday at 9 a.m., so mark your calendars, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you.